Well, as you all know what happened in Imo State, where governor a governor was kicked out and a senator came in called Uzodinma. He had the support of a popular cleric, a Roman Catholic cleric, Father Mbaka, who called it on hope, and said hope is going to bring hope. Father Mbaka has been termed as a political prophet, and that is that. But right now, there are strong indications that the present governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, may not last up to December 2020 as governor of Imo State, with the current political storm gathering around him. The first shot was taken towards a long perceived plot to unseat Umuma born politician, the Reform and Advancement Party (RAP), and a 2019 governorship candidate in the state, Okere Kingdom, approached the Federal High Court to interpret the judgment of the Supreme Court against Uche as it concerned the Imo APC 2019 primaries. Remember that Uche was disqualified based on allegations of dual candidacy. The suit by RAP is seeking the withdrawal of the certificate of returns issued to Hope Uzodinma and reinstating Emeka Ihedioha as the rightful winner of the 2019 Imo governorship election. Emeka Ihedioha was kicked out of Imo State. He was there as a governor already. He was kicked out, and they said with the help of the late Abakari, and of course with APC hand in hand working together, they brought a man that they said is number 4 in the polls, and they brought him to be number 1, while the number 2, 3, 4 were number 2, 3 became nothing else. It's terrible. They brought up some numbers and they said some votes were not counted here and there, and they said, "Oh, you people did this and all of that," and they pushed Emeka Ihedioha out and brought in Hope Uzodinma, and Hope Uzodinma has been moving around and flying around. But somehow it seems that Hope has served just a few period, and somebody else might be coming back. Now, a lot of people had predicted that this is going to happen, and before RP actually made the move, they said this is going to happen. There are indications that an alliance had been formed between the Emeka Ihedioha camp and the Okorocha camp to unseat Hope Uzodinma, even though aides from both camps deny the claims. Now, don't forget that Okorocha wanted his own godson, his in-law, to become the governor, and somehow Okorocha and Hope Uzodinma, they are against each other, and Okorocha and Ihedioha, they are now coming together. The Imo State Speaker of the House of Assembly, Collins Chiji, had raised alarm of a plot to impeach him and the governor Hope Uzodinma, has fingered retired Honorable Emeka Ihedioha in the plot. With Hope Uzodinma already, having created some powerful enemies within his party, such as Senator Richard Okorocha and Senator Ifeanyi Ararome, the battle ahead may be won. He may not get over as strong political forces aligned against him. Emeka Ihedioha seems the most favored in the plot to unseat Hope Uzodinma. Of course, he will. If the court should withdraw the certificate of return from Hope Uzodinma, Emeka Ihedioha, being the second runner-up, returns to Douglas House as governor. There will not be any challenge from Uche Nwosu, who is already disqualified, and the Senator Ifeanyi Ararome, whose eyes are now set on the Okigwe Senate, will most likely not contest the outcome. Hope Uzodinma became governor through the Supreme Court. Some say through the back door. They call him the Awusa Fulani governor. Following efforts by the duo of Richard Okorocha and Senator Ifeanyi Ararome, since his emergence, Hope Uzodinma had intensified probes against Richard Okorocha, forcing the former governor to drag him to the court to stop the probes. Hope Uzodinma had also made it known that he has no intentions of allowing Ararome return to the Senate, and is supposedly backing Chidinma Nwajumogu for the seat. These moves have created a very tense situation within the party in the state. The party is divided into 2 factions, with Hope Uzodinma backing Elemigbo faction and Rochas Okorocha backing Daniel Nwafo faction. With the sack of the former national chairman of the party, Adams Oshobole, Rochas Okorocha seems to have gained upper hand in the state, as Uzodinma has supposedly lost his political backbone in the party. With the suit against him and other factors that seems to arise daily against Governor Hope Uzodinma, there is a high chance that he may not be Imo governor by 2020 Christmas. Now, we'll definitely need to see what people are saying, because I like to kind of be balanced here. I want to see what Imolites are saying as regards this, and of course, political commentators and people who just want progress. Someone said those evil supporters supporting Uzodinma, your right on this earth you'll surely be taken away from you. Or yes, either your lands, your wives, your husband, or all your achievements. Since you are evil, and you must fall. Some say I support the removal of. I support his removal by the Supreme Court. This is the most interesting thing. So say Uzodinma impeachment is very possible now that the powers that be in Aso Rock is experiencing political earthquake. All this, the two non-indigens that brought him into power through court processes are now out of power now. One has been taken away by God Almighty, and that is Abakari, and the other also to be taken away by event. Obviously, hope. His hand is near. His hope is gone. Hope is gone. So let him go and let someone that has good vision for the state of Imo come and work. He was once asked what he has for Imo State. He couldn't speak. That man, I don't know, he's like a businessman that doesn't have that, what it takes to lead that state, Imo State, to the next level. Okorocha cannot do anything with God. No human can remove anyone. Instead, COVID-19 will strike the plotters. Someone say you are not qualified to take him out. What do you think? Someone say court are decided on post-election matters. Don't you know that pre-election cases have a time bound, and that of Imo State had exceeded its time limit? Look for something else to think of. Someone here say our able governor hope has come to stay. I will pray God to guide him with wisdom to know the importance of workers' wage with projects. The will of to know the importance of workers' wages. That's because a lot of those governors, having been sponsored in here and there, they need to amass wealth for themselves still, and they also need to pay their, pay the people that brought them in there. And with this, they steal off money. They take off the workers' salaries and they go fix the money somewhere. And they hope that a year before they leave, they get back the returns of the money. And rather than them paying the workers, they steal the money and steal the profit from it. Someone say, whatever a man sows, let him reap. What goes around comes around. Those who live by dwarf shall surely die by dwarf. After all, he took another man's seed by fraud. So vacating the seed for the owner is normal. That is a welcome development. God please grant Imolite this, their heart desire. Supreme Court decision is irreversible, and that's what someone says. Well, someone said, I am only concerned with the progress of Imo State. Bear in mind that inconsistent policies do not foster development. Sitting and unsitting governors comes with changing policies instead of upholding the ideals of the predecessor that are awarded. Those that won and those that lost in the elections are all our brothers. Let them bury their church and start making plans towards the next election. And Imolai should always commit the leadership of the state into the hands of God so that it can stop any hand that will try to manipulate or work against God's divine mandate for Imolai. So if you're in Imo State or you live there or you are an Imolai, what is your opinion as regards this? Do you think that Rochas Okorocha performed excellently? Do you think that Emeka Ihedioha, the short time he stayed there, performed excellently? Do you also think that Uzodinma is also performing excellently now? What do you call excellence? What do you think should be given to you? What do you think you deserve as a citizen? Do you think that all you need is just to wake up, you go to the market and you come back, or whatever thing you do, you think that's all it takes? What are you gaining from being a citizen in Imo State? Very important that we answer these questions. What do you think should be given to you as a person? Are you getting anything from your state? Is there anything you're benefiting, or you just reside there as a nobody? You wake up, you stand up, and all they do is to ask you for tax or collect money from you. What do you get as a person? And what do you call good governance? Someone say every evil goes in, and every evil person goes in an evil way. To be good for the Supreme Court to sacrifice hopeless Uzodinma so as to restore the people's hope in judiciary. The level of distraction, there will not be development in Imo State in the next 4 years. That's what someone says. So, from all indications, there are much more people that are in support of Emeka Ihedioha, and they are not happy about this man, Uzodinma. So, from all indications, it seems as if the mandate of the people were stolen away from them, and they forcefully brought in Uzodinma. Or do you think that they stole the mandate, they stole the seat from Uzodinma, and luckily, with God's mercy, was able to get it? What is your opinion? As it's not just so comfortable to listen to any prophet or pastors anymore, as many of them, they do not have the fear of God in them. The Holy Spirit has left them. They are only mouthpiece for politicians.